All rise!
Today, in this very special two-part session of Divorce Court. In hopes of saving a marriage, Judge Lynn invites former child star Gary Coleman and his bride Shannon Price into her courtroom to be a voice of reason and help resolve their troubled marriage.
I'm 40 years old and I can't do this for another 30 years.
You can't take it.
Coleman, who became a big hit and household name when he starred as Arnold Jackson on the hit series Diff'rent Strokes, says he wasn't looking for love while filming the movie Church Ball in 2005.
Guys, beer's on me!
But he found it anyway. They married in a private ceremony in August of 2007, and the newlyweds quickly discovered that marriage isn't easy, so they've come to Judge Lynn for help before it's too late.
I understand you two got into an argument right before you got here.
That was one of those ugly ones we have once a month.
Which we want to stop.
And the couple agreed there are three major thorns in their marriage. Temper.
He stomps the floor and he's like, man! He starts throwing stuff around and he bashes his head in the wall too.
Money.
I want the world for her and I get frustrated that I can't bring it to her.
And having children.
He basically just said, I've never liked kids when I was a kid, so that's, to be blunt, that's what he said.
And tomorrow, Judge Lynn gets personal.
You guys do have a sex life. You've consummated your marriage, correct?
Now, after only 7 months of marriage, Gary Coleman and Shannon Price enlist the aid of Judge Lynn Toler today in part 1 of this very special two-part session of Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. We now join Gary Coleman and Shannon Price as Judge Lynn hears their case.
You two have been married not quite a year yet.
Nope.
The first year of marriage is tough. Am I right or am I wrong, Joey?
Right,
Everybody's jockeying for position, seeing what's going on, and I have rules I think are good for people to go to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And where you want to be is happily ever after. Where you are right now is you've got some things.
Yeah,
Now,
newlyweds.
I gotta say, I asked you for a bullet points of all the things that you had. Mrs. Price, you had a long sheet of paper. Did you see her sheet of paper?
It's actually longer.
I mean, there's got to be a good 25, 30 things on here, which is a little frightening. And I gotta tell you the other thing that scared me. I was scared you weren't going to come. Because I understand you two got into an argument right before you got here and possibly weren't going to make it.
That was one of those ugly ones we have once a month.
Which we want to stop. We want to stop the ugly ones a
I'd like
month.
to stop it because I'm 40 years old and I can't do this for another 30 years.
You can't take it. What happened on this last ugly one that you usually have once a month?
Well, they're all different, but they're all
Okay.
centered around me. You know,
Oh,
the
right.
male is always the bad guy. The male is the one that's causing all the problems. So, because I didn't step up and speak to some guy that had upset my wife, it just got bigger and louder and longer. And you didn't step up. You didn't do anything. You didn't say anything. You don't love me.
Okay, Mrs. Price, what did he not do you wanted him to do?
Well, the guy we were speaking about, I just totally didn't agree with what he had said, and
He said something to you
yes,
that
and
you did not agree with.
and then Gary was just rubbing him, and he's like, rubbed his shoulder and was like, it's okay, and then I was like, I don't even understand why you're agreeing with him because we barely even know this guy, and so Gary doesn't want friends, and I'm trying to be friends with people, but then I disagree with this guy, and then he doesn't like how I felt about that.
But let me ask you that. First of all, I want to point out, you're 22, which, as I say here, is 2 days past born. You're young. You're very young. What did you want the man to do?
I don't know. I don't think he handled it the way I wanted.
What did you want?
I wanted more support out of him.
Can you tell me what the guy said that upset you?
I don't know if I should go into that. He just says that he can see into the future and that he knew when the world was coming to an end and he had a date, and I don't know. We all know the world's coming to an end sometime, but you can't put a date on that.
And you wanted your husband to do what?
No, because I told him I disagreed. I told the
Okay.
guy, I said I disagree with that. And the guy got upset and was like, he totally got offended and thought I was making fun of him.
You can't tell me what you wanted him to do, though, can you? Did you want him to hit him?
No.
Did you want him
I just wanted him to
punch
tell
in
him
the
to
stomach?
stop.
Is that how it always happens? Is it always a small thing that gets blown up into a big thing? Is that the issue? I know you've got several things, children being one of them. And I want to talk about the children, because those are the big issues. Did you talk about whether or not you wanted to have children before you got married?
When I met her.
And what
3
was
years
said?
ago.
And what was said?
I don't like children. I don't want to be responsible for another human life. I don't want to be responsible for the expense. You know, I don't want to lose my freedom. I don't want to lose, you know, years that I could be doing something better with her and spending more money on her.
You don't want children.
I'm not into them. I'm really not, because I know what's involved. And I know how well my patience is. I don't have very good patience. I also
Did
fear.
you tell her that?
Absolutely. I also fear that the kid might come out with kidney disease, and that just makes things that much harder and that much tougher, financially, mentally, spiritually.
Everything. Did he tell you that when you met, that he didn't want children, didn't like children?
Well, he basically just said, I've never liked kids when I was a kid. So that's, to be blunt, that's what he said.
That is the truth.
That is true.
I didn't like kids when I was one.
Did he indicate to you that his feelings had changed at all?
I don't know why he doesn't want children. I mean, I do know why he's told me, but I really don't understand why he doesn't want to be more open-minded and try something new.
But you understood he didn't want children when
Yes.
you married him.
Right.
What did you think was going to happen?
Probably.
Once you got married, what did you think you could convince him? You could talk him into it?
No.
You could oops it
No.
and just accidentally have one?
No.
Yeah,
He's
that's
hard
the look
convincing.
I have on my
He's
face
hard
every day.
convincing.
Yeah.
He's hard to convince.
That look.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn tells Gary how to prove he's faithful and save his marriage.
Sit in the chair where she'll see you. Can't be having sex in the chair right in front of her.
No, but I have to be in the argument as long as I'm at the house.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Speak not.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and myspace.com/divorcecourttv.
This is a very important question. Do you think that a man who was verbally abusive can actually change his ways?
Call toll-free 1-800-282-1991 and tell us yes or no and why. Your voice may be heard on an upcoming show. Divorce court returns in the matter of childhood star Gary Coleman, who says he and his wife Shannon Price fight non-stop and it's ruining their marriage. But Shannon says they disagree because she wants a baby and Gary hates kids.
Did he tell you that when you met, that he didn't want children, didn't like children?
Well, he basically just said, I've never liked kids when I was a kid, so.
Mrs. Price, let's talk about Mr. Coleman for a moment. You say he's got anger issues.
Yes, if he doesn't get his way, he throws a temper tantrum like a 5-year-old does. And he like stomps the floor and he's like, man! He starts throwing stuff around and he bashes his head in the wall too.
Mr. Coleman, can you give it to me that maybe your temper is a problem that you need to deal with?
Absolutely, because I can't continue to take it having a temper like that where I'm having trouble breathing because I get so angry or I get so frustrated I'm banging my head against the wall because I'm still in the fight. I'm still in the argument and nothing has changed. I don't know, why can't it just be simple? You know, why am I always on the hook and I'm always the bad guy? And when I try to state my case or explain things to her or try to get her to understand my point of view doesn't matter.
Listen, You have to know exactly what's wrong with you before you hook up with somebody else. I have a list. See how long this list is? I got a list this long of stuff that's wrong with me. Know what it is, where it is, how it is. I jumped to Casablanca in a minute on somebody that said something to me I didn't like. I was hot, and I was rude, and I was nasty, because I had a short temper. I was not looking for a fight, because, you know, I'm too small to look for a fight. Can't win one. Now, you can't argue when you're angry.
No,
You have to let that first wave pass you by. Baby, I'll deal with it later. I don't care what she says.
That doesn't work.
She can't argue with you if you're not talking.
She'll text me.
Don't text her back.
If I leave the house, she'll text me.
Don't text her back.
And then she thinks I'm gonna go outside and go find some other woman
don't
hang
worry.
out with every time I leave the house after an argument.
Sit in the chair where she'll see you. Can't be having sex in the chair right in front of her.
No, but I have to be in the argument as long as I'm at the house.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Speak not. Speak not. Now, let me tell you why it's hard to speak not, because you're all revved up and you want to get your point across.
No, I want to not fight.
You want to not fight. Well, your point is let's not fight.
Yeah, I don't
She
want to.
can't fight with you if you don't open your mouth. The rule goes for both of you. You wait for that first wave to pass you by, and you come back on another day and deal with that issue.
Believe me, I control my temper. I don't throw everything around the room.
When divorce court returns, just what will it take to keep Gary from ending his 7-month marriage to his wife?
If you could change one thing about her to make this thing work out, what would it be?
The list is too long.
And tomorrow, Judge Lynn continues the matter of Gary Coleman and Shannon Price and finds out what's really tearing their marriage apart.
How about the intimacy part, though, between the two of you? Is that good?
Mediocre.
Mediocre.
That's not her fault. I always feel the weight of the world on my shoulders every day I get up. Suppressing the necessary endorphins and hormones that make you go,
I got you.
here.
I got you. I got you.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and myspace.com/divorcecourttv. Divorce court returns in the matter of Shannon Price, who married former child star Gary Coleman and says his temper is outrageous.
He's like, man, he starts throwing stuff around and he bashes his head in the wall too.
And Gary says he tried and failed to control his anger and wants Judge Lynn to help them save their marriage.
I will ask you to give me a list of the things that are wrong with you, because if you can't deal with that list, you can't deal with each other.
Do you want me to give it to you verbally or you want me to write it?
Well, do you know it?
Yeah?
Tell it.
Well, other than my temper.
Temper, okay. We got one.
I have very low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem.
I don't feel very successful in life. I want the world for her, and I get frustrated that I can't bring it to her.
Yeah.
I don't feel financially secure. A lot of times I feel like I'm wasting her time, and I feel like I lack the necessary communication skills to ease her mind and ease the pressure of the marriage up off of her and up off of me, so that we can get back to who we were 3 years ago. And I'm failing.
Did you hear his list? Did you hear his fears? When you argue with him, when you talk to him, when you talk about all of these things that you complain about him, when you talk to him about it, do you take those fears into consideration before you start talking to him?
Of course I do, because I have the same fears he does.
But when you talk to him, do you address the fears first?
I do, but not always in the way that he would understand it.
Explain that to me.
Let me think. I don't know, like when I say, you know, my feelings are upset, he just responds out of anger like, how are your feelings upset? Like he doesn't, you know, he just reacts.
Yeah. See, that's not dealing with his feelings. You're dealing with your feelings when you say, I'm feeling upset.
Right.
Okay. So let me ask you, and this is going to be hard for you because you're very young, and it takes a long time to be able to do what he just did and what I can do. Give me 5 things that are wrong with you. Don't talk about him. Don't talk about your mother. Just talk about you.
My self-esteem.
Okay.
I'm self-conscious, really self-conscious about myself. I react. I get offended easily. I'm sensitive. I don't know. What else? I get mad easy. Well, I have red hair, so redheads have bad tempers. One more. Let me think.
If you could change one thing about her to make this thing work out, what would it be?
I just want her to believe me and trust me. Those 2 things together. That's what I want.
Do you not
Because
trust
then our marriage would work a lot easier, and then we could fight the world together the way we're supposed to.
I trust him. When he leaves at 3 in the morning, what would you think? Where's he gonna go? He doesn't have friends. He doesn't know people.
When divorce court continues, why is Gary leaving the house in the middle of the night?
Shannon, you say Gary goes out at 3 a.m. in the morning and does not say where. Do you go out at 3 a.m. and don't say where? This is a very important question. Do you think that a man who was verbally abusive can actually change his ways?
Call toll-free 1-800-282-1991, and your voice may be heard on an upcoming show.
It's a good thing for 2 parents to raise a child. However, if it's not in a positive environment where you're showing the child good morals and good values, then no, it's not a good idea.
Divorce court returns in the matter of 40-year-old former sitcom star Gary Coleman, who says his 22-year-old wife Shannon doesn't trust him. And Shannon says, how can she trust Gary when he leaves the house at 3 a.m. and doesn't come home?
Shannon, you say these things, that Gary blames you for everything that goes wrong. He goes out at 3 a.m. in the morning and does not say where. Do you go out at 3 a.m. and don't say where?
If the fight goes on that long, yeah, I'm trying to get out of it. I'll leave the house.
Do you guys really fight till 3 o'clock in the morning?
We just did.
We're night people. Sleep all day, up all night.
Doesn't want any friends? Has to understand that not everyone's bad. Basically, you're saying he has a very negative view on life, and it's kind of dragging you down. Is that what you're saying?
It's true. He really does. He's
Would
negative
you agree
in
you're a
everything
little
I do.
negative?
I have 40 years of evidence, yes.
Evidence
I
of
am.
what?
Of how people will stab you in the back, mistreat you,
Yes.
talk about you behind your back, steal from you.
Yes.
And, they're not really your friends. They're only there because you're a celebrity, or they're there because they're trying to get something from you. So I don't have any friends. I don't intend on making any. I have a relationship that's tough enough and wonderful enough and that I care about and that I want. I don't need anybody's interference in that. I don't want to worry about your wife, your dog, your car, your house burnt down.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of that.
You can't separate yourselves from the world in which you live and still function. If you want to make money, if you want to do whatever you have to do it in this universe. It's the only one it got. There are a lot of people that have had difficult times, and you have to decide whether or not the people, the scoundrels, the backstabbers, the people that stole from you are going to run your tomorrow as well as yesterday. So you have to make a decision that, yes, these people are to blame, but to let it go and to work point by point, process by process, to change how you look at things is taking back that which they took from you, because they don't deserve it, because they did the wrong thing in the beginning.
And tomorrow, Judge Lynn continues counseling Gary Coleman and Shannon Price But how will the couple react when Judge Lynn gets personal?
You guys do have a sex life. You've consummated your marriage, correct?
That's tomorrow in the conclusion of this very special two-part session of Divorce Court.
All rise.
Today, in part 2 of this very special two-part session of Divorce Court, Judge Lynn Toler concludes the case of Gary Coleman versus Shannon Price. Gary enjoyed great success as a child star in the TV sitcom Diff'rent Strokes, which aired in the 70s and 80s. Then in 2005, he met his wife Shannon Price while filming the movie Church Ball.
Guys, beer's on me!
And after dating for 2 years, the couple decided to tie the knot in August of 2007. Now, after 7 months of marriage, Gary and his wife Shannon have come before Judge Lynn because of their problem with excessive fighting.
Do you guys really fight till 3 o'clock in the morning?
We just did.
Gary's temper.
He like stomps the floor and he's like, "Meh!" He starts throwing stuff around and he bashes his head in the wall too.
Money.
I want the world for her, and I get frustrated that I can't bring it to her.
And the issue of having a baby.
He basically just said, "I've never liked kids when I was a kid."
Now, in the conclusion of this special two-part session of Divorce Court, Judge Lynn gets intimate.
You guys do have a sex life. You've consummated your marriage, correct?
That's today in Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. We now join Gary Coleman and Shannon Price as Judge Lynn concludes this matter.
What's good? Are you romantic? Are you loving? Do you have the joy together? Is there date night? Is the sex good? Talk to me.
We haven't
What's
set
good?
up any date nights, and
Our date night is bowling night. We actually are on a league.
What's nothing wrong with bowling?
So I'm trying to get him out and, actually do things with him because I'm that kind of a person. I want to be doing stuff. I want to be hanging out. He would rather be home watching True TV, Court TV, whatever,
Well, look, Court TV's okay.
Well, it's now True TV. But I'm trying to actually improve the relationship by not making, but asking him to adapt to something new and to try something new.
What new things would you like him to try?
Just be more open-minded about friends, try, not everybody's bad.
Yeah.
So-
How about the intimacy part, though, between the two of you? Is that good?
I really don't like to talk
Mediocre.
about my
Mediocre.
intimacy life, but
mediocre. That's not her fault. I always feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders every day I get up. There are days I don't even want to get up.
And you think that has put a damper on your sex life?
Well, that and kidney disease has a way of suppressing the necessary endorphins and hormones that make you go,
I got
come
you.
here.
I got
don't-
you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
You got physical issues that make sex more difficult.
Yes, fair enough. It's not that I don't want it. I have to
Difficulty.
be completely inspired and enamored and motivated.
Do you attempt to inspire, enamor, and motivate?
I try the best I can.
You try the best you can. Unsuccessfully?
No,
No, we kiss, we hug, we cuddle sometimes. She's got interest in the house, and she's got 3 dachshunds in the house. And I'm a type of man, I let her have her freedom. Mm-hmm. I am not, this is my castle. That is not me. She could go and come as she pleases. She can talk to anybody she wants to talk to. And, I just want her to be the her that I met and fell in love with.
Okay. So has the physical issue and all that prevented you from being a regular couple? I mean, from consummating your marriage, or is it just you don't like to do it a lot?
I don't know what the frequency would be like. I don't have a clue.
Is it enough for you?
it's fine for me. I don't complain.
You okay?
No, because I know I can be a much better man, the kind of man that she dreams of, the kind of man that she wants.
No, but I want to know if you're okay. You know, with what your sex life is, because you don't have to be what everybody tells you to be. It doesn't have to be X number of times a week. It doesn't have to be at all. I want to know, are you okay?
When I think of Shannon, and I think of my love for Shannon, my mind and my heart soar. It's all in here. All of the beautiful dreams and all the beautiful thoughts and all the beautiful ideas. I am loving her with my brain. Mm-hmm. But she can't see that. Mm-hmm. And I do the best I can to try and communicate how I really feel about her. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not selfish. She always says I'm selfish. A selfish person never would have said to her the day I met her, "You're too beautiful to be here, you need to go home." That's what I said to her when I met her 3 years ago.
What did you mean by that? You're too
I
beautiful
saw
to be here.
her. I saw her face, I saw her body, I saw her eyes, I saw her hair. I saw a goddess. To me, not everybody's gonna think that Shannon's a goddess, but that is my goddess.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question and let it go. You guys do have a sex life. You've consummated your marriage, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Well, now that's not a answer question.
Yeah, it's a little bit complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
When divorce court continues, what does Gary say to get Lynn fired up?
I've had this argument with my own husband, and now I'm gonna get hot.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and myspace.com/divorcecourttv.
I'd like to know, do you believe that husbands and wives should love their spouses unconditionally?
Call toll-free 1-800-282-1991 and tell us yes or no and why. Your voice may be heard on an upcoming show. Divorce court is back in the matter of Gary Coleman, who says his and his wife's sex life is just mediocre.
I always feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders every day I get up. There are days I don't even want to get up.
And you think that has put a damper on your sex life?
And Shannon says she tries to motivate Gary to improve their relationship, but is not always successful.
What one thing would you want him to change?
To be more forgiving and understand where I come from, you know, and not to blame me for what has happened to him in the past. I didn't know the man growing up. I didn't know all of his past. And, you know, it's hard for me because I am young and I don't know what to do and what to say to help him with that.
But I don't blame you for things in the past. That's silly. I don't blame you for things in the past.
What happened to you in the past, you're living it today.
She's not saying it right, but I know exactly what she means. She means you're living the anger of what other people did to you. Your attitude, your behavior, all of that is tainted with that anger, that you're distrustful and you're unhappy. And when you live with someone who's distrustful and angry and unhappy, they live in that. And it's not that it's directed at them.
Thank you.
It's just what they live in. Did I say it right?
Exactly. Thank you.
That's how they live their day. You know what I mean? So that's what she's trying to say.
She believes I'm selfish, and she believes that I don't care about her, and she's decided that I don't love her, and that I'm stubborn and I don't want to try new things. I just don't want to make any mistakes.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to make any mistakes that's going to cost me problems or her problems or have financial issues. I mean, everybody has financial issues. But, I mean, I just don't want things to get worse than they already are.
Right.
I don't want to have to keep picking up the phone, talking to the electric man, telling him I got to pay you next month.
Right.
Because I don't have it this month.
Right.
You know, I get tired of calling the mortgage company and say, well, I can only give you half this month. I'll give you the rest of it next month.
Okay.
That drives me crazy, and it's not getting any better.
Okay.
That's that kind of daily struggle living on planet Earth that
But that's the
drives
daily
a wedge, I think, between her and I.
That's a daily struggle that a lot of people have. A lot of people have how to pay the bills problems. And you have to have the ability to separate from how to pay the bills to how I talk to and treat my wife. Do you see what I'm saying?
I understand
I
completely.
do.
Those struggles are never going to go away. I mean, there are rich people who have ended up filing bankruptcy because they live beyond their means. You live right up here, it seems. Right below. Here's sleep. Here's calm. Here's ready to go. Here's outraged. And I think you live right under here. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're ready to get hurt. You're ready to get angry. You're looking at all the problems lined up. A lot of people don't have a woman they love. You got that. Look at that for what
I know,
that
she
is.
pays the bills for me.
Yeah, but that didn't. Men, y'all, talk about money like it defines you, and it does not. And I've had this argument with my own husband, and now I'm gonna get hot. But it's just, my love for him and her love for you, if it's the real thing, has nothing to do with the income. Has nothing to do with the income.
That's what I've been trying to tell him.
And until you believe that, we're not gonna get love the way we like to get love. Cause the day when you can't buy your electric bill, you're not loving her well, cause you all mad and PO'd and this and that. And what you can give her is your heart and your love, and let's sit down and talk and play and muss her. You know what I mean? You can give her that, and that's free. We're a cheap date if you work us right. You know what I mean?
When divorce court continues, are Gary and Shannon through, or will they reconcile?
You guys aren't contemplating divorce, are you?
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and myspace.com/divorcecourttv. Divorce court returns in the matter of Gary Coleman, who claims day-to-day struggles are ripping him and his wife apart. And Shannon says she is tired of Gary placing his anger of past failures on her and wants him to be more forgiving.
You guys aren't contemplating divorce, are you?
No.
Well, not me. Not at all.
No.
I don't want to fail at anything else in my life.
So,
Trust me, I'm trying to make it work. I am. For as little as I know, I guess, for being 22, I'm trying to rise above.
so do you know what you need to do to make it work? You've got to change. You've got to fix little pieces at a time. I tell you, the piece you start out with is the piece about the anger and the distrust. You talk to yourself every morning out loud. Tell her, you know what? I'm gonna live past that today. Just for the day. I'm gonna live past it. And then you got to be cool. You've got to be calm, and you've got to understand every time he doesn't get angry, to pay that back with some loving thing. Chip away at it. Nothing's gonna make it all go away. You chip away at it, but each of you make one change for the other. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's not hard. It shouldn't be.
It is hard. Hardest thing in the world to do. Hardest thing in the world to change how you feel about something. It's a job. Nobody sees it as a job, but it's a job. You see life in extremes. When I looked at your papers, you talked about having your character assassinated. You talked about the battle of everyday life. You talked about meeting her like a flash of lightning. Everything you do is very extreme. You got to take it back a notch. Watch your superlatives. Everything bad isn't horrible. All people aren't backstabbers. Do you see what I'm saying? Watch how you define things. Have your words lead you. Now, what are you going to do?
Change. Change how I act, change how I react.
No, you got to give me something specific.
Change how you feel about me.
No,
I'm not a bad guy.
That's too general. That's too general. Stop arguing. Don't raise your voice. Just for tomorrow.
But
You
I'm
work
going to end
that.
up doing something that's going to upset her.
That doesn't, see, that's the point. No matter what it is, it's not going to kill you. He does something dumb. Every man does something dumb at least 3-4 times a day. It happens.
Just brush it off.
Women do it too. I do it. Me 10, 11 times, something dumb. But you can't yell about it. Because one, doesn't do any good, and two, it isn't that serious.
And
That's
three,
my
and three,
attitude. This is not
we make as many
necessary.
mistakes as they do, so.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I make more than my husband does. Don't raise your voice. That's your job for tomorrow. Work it. Work it. You gonna work that thing, you gonna work your thing. She gets better, you step your game up. You get better, you step your game up. Piece it, bit by bit.
When divorce court continues, how does the couple react when Judge Lynn turns the courtroom into a classroom and gives them homework?
I'm gonna give you an assignment. I want you to say your mantra every morning, whatever it is. I'm not gonna let that which happened to me yesterday decide what I'm going to do today. I'd like to know, do you believe that husbands and wives should love their spouses unconditionally?
Call toll-free 1-800-282-1991 and your voice may be heard on an upcoming show.
Hey, my name is Shanae, and I'm calling from Escondido, California. And I think that the answer to that question is definitely no, because if a person goes into a marriage, they should always have that love for their husband or wife at all times, no matter how they look.
Divorce court returns in the matter of former child star Gary Coleman and Shannon Price, who say they are not getting a divorce and are willing to change to make their marriage work.
Did I tell you anything that you believe has any value? Let me know.
I
Any
wouldn't
one
watch your
thing.
show if I thought you didn't have any value.
No, I'm talking about, well, thank you. But I was talking about right at this moment. Did anything I said, one thing, because it's got to have, my thing is, my favorite question is what now?
That's
if you
my question
leave
every
here
day.
and do the same thing tomorrow as you did yesterday, I was of no value to you. I'm gonna give you an assignment. I want that list of what's wrong with you. And then I want the one thing that you're gonna do differently. I want you to say your mantra every morning, whatever it is. I'm not gonna let that which happened to me yesterday decide what I'm going to do today. You say that every day, and you tell her. And you tell her you're not gonna be negative, and you tell her gonna look at the positive side. It's not gonna happen all at once. But that's gonna be your job, to do that and to work it. You are going to respond positively every time he does something positive as opposed to negative. And what you're gonna do is keep your voice level all week. The house is not on fire. You don't need to raise your voice, because nothing that you're fighting about is that important. Can you do that? Just for 1 week.
Yes, I can do that.
And the positivity needs to flow. Needs to flow. So if I asked you guys to come back in 6 months, would you come?
Of course.
Yeah.
I liked talking to you. Interesting couple. Interesting people. I loved seeing you because I watched you. I grew up with you. I know everybody says that, but it's a wonderful thing to have
It
that
can
kind
be,
of
as long as it
impact on
pays the
people's
bills.
life. Yeah, what?
I said it can be as long as it pays the bills.
Yeah, even if it doesn't pay the bills. It's not all about money. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah, well, you know
it's
what?
beyond.
I'm married.
Yeah.
And the main part of supporting my wife is I have to have a bank account. If I don't have a bank account, I don't
Everybody
have a wife.
got to pay bills, baby. Everybody got to pay bills. Everybody got to pay the bills. I want to see you guys again. I wish you the best of luck. And do one joyful thing today. Every day. Find some passion for something. You with me?
Absolutely.
You ready to rock and roll? I'm not going to see you on People magazine getting a divorce? Mm-mm. You going to make the effort? It's
That's
a job.
one will we have in us, is that we're not going to get divorced. I can promise you that.
But don't live together miserably. If you're going to stay together, always work to change. Always. You got it?
I strive to do that.
Good luck to
So
both
do
of
I.
you.
Thank you.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
I love you, and that's not going to change. And I care about you, and that's not going to change. There is no change in something that's already 100%. I just don't want you to keep getting upset at me every time something dumb happens or something that I want to do doesn't always involve you, because I just need, me time. I'm not excluding you from my life.
I know.
I
but
would
want
never exclude you from my life.
There you go. There's a clock. I don't want to get makeup on you.
Too late.